Alright, hi everybody. Today we're going to do the pull bar piece of the candy dispenser, which I consider one of the harder pieces. Probably that and the jar are the hardest two that you'll be creating here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out like every other piece with a new part. So I'm going to click on new part. Once that screen opens up, you're going to click in the top left corner on create or start 2D sketch on the little pencil icon. And we're going to choose the XY plane. So the pull bar is going to be 9 inches long, 3/4 of an inch high. So I'm going to use a rectangle tool to create that. So select rectangle, and anywhere in the screen here, you're going to just left click single time and let go, and then either drag your mouse or slide your finger on the little finger pad on your laptop. So it's asking me right now for the length of this. So I'm going to type in 9 inches, put 9, tab key, 0.75, and then enter. And then remember to zoom out. You click on the magnifying glass over here on the right. So now I've got a 9-inch long, 3/4 inch rectangle drawn here. So now I have to extrude that back. So I'm going to go to finish sketch. I'm going to zoom back out so I can see the whole shape. And then I'm going to click on extrude right up here next to start 2D sketch. I want that going back away from my eye instead of coming forward. So I'm going to go back, and it's going to be 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do 1.5, and then click OK or enter, and then zoom back out. So now it's just a rectangle, but we still need to put a hole here for the candy to come into, and then a couple smaller holes, one on the top here and one on the bottom side for the pegs. And then we got a sham for the top. So I'm going to first left click on this top surface and go to create sketch. And if your rectangle ends up going up and down vertical like this, you can always go back to the home view and then click on top again. It should be going horizontal left to right, long ways like that. So I've got a sketch on the top of here now, and the reason you can tell there's a sketch on there is up at the top here. First of all, you're in the sketch tab, and then you still have all your tools: line, circle, rectangle. So I'm going to use circle tool, and I'm going to draw somewhere over here on the right side. I'm going to draw a 1-inch diameter circle. So 1, enter. But now that circle needs to be dimensioned into the right spot because I just randomly drew it on there. So either you can hit D, I'll show you. If I hit D on my keyboard, it actually selects this dimension tool up here at the top. And we're going to click on the center of the circle in that top line. You may have to do it a couple times. And then left click right on the number. It brings up this edit dimension box. And you're going to type in 0.75. So that's half of 1.5 inches. And then click OK or the green check. Next, we're going to do the center of the circle to this right edge of the rectangle. And the circle needs to be in 3.25, so 3 1/4 inches from the end. And then I'm going to hit enter. So now we got to cut this circle out. So I'm going to finish sketch, go to extrude. Now you have to select the circle. If the circle is not selected, you need to go over there physically with the mouse and click on it. Now we don't want that coming out of the top of that rectangle. We want it cutting down through it. So I'm going to click on the cut button, which is this middle blue one. And again, if you want it just to cut through just the thickness of this material, just change distance to all. That means you're cutting through all of it. And then press OK. So now we have the rectangle pull bar with the hole for the candy to go into. But we need to put a 1/4 inch hole on top here that a peg will go into so that you can't pull this pull bar completely out of your candy dispenser when we make it. So I'm going to go to the top of my cube and put another sketch. I'm left clicking and then create sketch, and then I can zoom back in. Use the circle tool. I'm going to draw a 1/4 inch circle, so 0.25. Enter. And then dimension again. I'm going to dimension the center to the top, and that's 0.75, enter, and then the center of the circle to the right edge, 0.625, which is 5/8 of an inch. And then finish sketch. I'm going to go up to my home view, and now I want to cut that circle. So I'm going to click on the circle. Right now it's coming out the top 1.5 inches. So I want to cut that, but instead of 1.5 inches, I only want it to go in a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do 0.5 and then click on OK. So now we got the pull bar, the circle, the 1/4 inch circle here cut in a 1/2 inch, and you can see right there it's a 1/2 inch. It doesn't go all the way through. Now we have to do the same exact thing here, but on the bottom side on the left here. So I'm going to click on the front of my cube, and then the up arrow right underneath the front brings me to the bottom. The bottom here on the cube should be upside down and backwards. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in here with the magnifying glass, and then I need to put a sketch on here again. So you can, remember, you can left click, go to create sketch, or we can go up here to start 2D sketch and then click on there and zoom back out here. Again, 1/4 inch circle, grab the circle tool, 0.25, enter, and then dimension. If you remember from the other little circle, we did the center to the top, 0.75, and then center to here. And I want to do 5/8 just to show you what it'll do. So see how I typed in a fraction and it converted it into a decimal. So 5/8 is 0.625. I'm going to finish the sketch and extrude. So you got to select the circle, choose cut, the middle blue button, cut. It's a 1/2 inch. Press OK. So now we've got a 1/2 inch circle on the bottom side that you can't see from here, or a 1/4 inch circle, excuse me, cut in a 1/2 inch. 1/4 inch circle here cut in a 1/2 inch. Now all we have left is to do the chamfer along the top. So the chamfer here, if we do a 1/4 inch like we did on the base and the top, it's going to be too big. So we're going to do 0.15. And that's going to ask or want us to select all the edges for the chamfer. So we're just going to click on all 4 top edges and hit apply. And then close this out. Hit the house here if you want to zoom. And then we got to save this. We're going to go File, Save As. Make sure you're in your H drive again. It's right here. It's got your name, little computer icon. And we're going to save this as pull bar. All right, and that is the end of that piece.